And now, your anchor, David Spatz.
Just 3 ticks shy of 14 minutes past the hour of 12 noon here on the South Jersey edition of South Jersey's News Talk leader, News Talk 1400 WOND. I'm David Spatz. Let's, as they used to say on the wide world of sports, let's go to the audio tape. And here's our conversation from yesterday afternoon with Glenn Stroud. What is the latest on the dispute you're having with ACR?
I'm not sure there's a dispute. We sent them a letter that they have to get off our property. They tried to slap us by letting us know when we're at city council trying to get other things taken care of that night at 10:30 at night that they're going to shut our power down at noontime the next day. Well, it takes me a little bit of time to react since we just spent the last 4 days prior to that time with buying 2 casinos here at $100-some million and get invested in that, along with doing an RFP that has to be turned in by 10 o'clock tomorrow for everything we're doing at Bayer Field, the 100-some acres down there. I think we've been busy little campers taking care of things, but, you know, that's they wouldn't have me unless there's problems. So they just dealt us, ARC dealt us a little extra problem, and we reacted by having generators brought in, and we just have to get their switchgear shut down because we wouldn't want to have 2. If they ever started up, then there'd be a big electrical fire if they would start up. So the fire marshals are looking into that because once our generators kick in on Wednesday, then we wouldn't want them to ever play games and throw their electric gear in, and we'd have 2 12,000-volt systems coming together. It wouldn't burn any places down, but it's sure enough anybody around there could hurt them. Right. This isn't 480. This isn't 480 and 220 or 110. This is you see when 210s when 2 wires touch each other, you get a spark. When you get 12,000 volts touching each other, you get a big spark.
Now, eventually, your plan is to buy power from Stockton University, if from Showboat, the former Showboat Casino, correct?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. We're in operations. We're down here with everybody else.
I got you. You have your deal with Stockton calls for Stockton University to temporarily, anyway, sell you power, correct?
No, they don't sell me power. We go over and tap into their plant, and that would be on a long-term basis. That'd be over a month. These things are put in for 1 month, and then by that time it gives us 1 month to run overhead power into our facility out of that facility.
Okay.
That's already been negotiated 3 months ago.
Oh, all right.
We're prepared. We prepared before, but not to have 24 hours to react to something. We have to bring generators in to react, just like we have a hurricane or something like that. We're definitely preparing hurricanes till they come from the south. So we always know everything has to be up and running within 24 hours. Yeah. In this case, it's going to take us 3 days. Working days.
Were you surprised that ACR cut you off as quickly as they did?
No. Let's just say dealing with them over the last 3.5 months and then causing all these other people to bid. One gentleman lost $11 million dealing with these people. The bankruptcy court grabbed their money when they didn't close, when they found out how silly their contract is. And I use the word silly because that's what caused the facility to have a bankruptcy and 4,000 people being laid off because of their contract and the property tax contract. That's over $100 million a year just to 2 people that should have been, which the government adjusted their numbers because they don't want to see these places go under. They're probably 4 times more than they should be. So just you can't pay more than probably $25 million a year for those 2 items, and that's what caused 4,000 people to lose their jobs. So I wasn't surprised when they yanked it. It's just the idea that we offered them payment in advance for giving us power for 1 month while we're making our permanent hookup, but they saw that we were going to break their back at that time, and how we're doing it by buying a casino next door in their power plant and buying the other way, getting a hold of Pepco, which is equal to what they are. Right up the street, they handle 5 or 6 of the other casinos. And then our third backup was having the power company here drop us in 24,000 volts, and we'll transform it down to 12,000, and we'll just go and run permanently out of this facility for the second time. They're holding us up. We are being held up from doing our normal stuff that we're trying to get this Phoenix project turned around for spending $500 million. This is only $108 million on this project, but it's holding us up because we're down here fooling around with generators. We shouldn't be. We should be dealing with senators and trying to deal with environmentalists on their stuff out in the ocean from here, piers, and you name it. All the Corps of Engineers out there trying to dredge, and here we are telling them how much space we need for our big yachts to come in, and helicopters from Manhattan and airports, facilities. But, we'll get it done. We're used to working this way. As I said, they don't need me. It's their own problem. That's why I'm 100% owner of all the companies, but I work just like everybody else does, and done it for 52 years. And there's some accountants and lawyers that take care of the offices inside the offices, and I take care of everything outside. I'm the chief.
You're the outside guy. Glenn, how you say you're telling ACR to get their building off your property. I mean, how feasible is that? Is this an effort for maybe you to grab the power plant?
Hey, when they slapped us, somebody comes around you and slaps you, I'm going to punch them back. I'm not going to sit there and slap them back. So they have to get their plant off. They ruined any kind of a relationship that we could have worked out anything. But, they're bond holders. I feel sorry for all those over $100 million worth of bond holders. Those people are going to take a bath, big bath. A power plant, you try to tear that down, it's just a bunch of pipes. So there's a little bit of component parts. There's over $5 million worth of component parts inside that building. Remember, they don't even generate electricity. They buy it from the same source we're buying it from. The guy brings it right down the street. Everybody here buys 24 volts from the power plant.
Right.
And all they are is a little bit of a transformer. You can buy a transformer, you put it outside your building, and you transform it down to anything you want to transform it down to. But it takes maybe 3 months to solve that problem. So I don't want to go permanent that way. Showboat will take care of it. Anything over a month, it takes us a month to hook that up. And I told you, generators are the quickest way to go.
Right. Glenn, I want to thank you for, I know you're busy. I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me today about this. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure that this will not be the last time that you and I speak.
I think that's what we are around for. We're here to solve our little problems. Now we got to hope that other people start spending money here in Atlantic City. We can only, $500 million is only going to be 10% of what has to be spent here. You're probably going to need 10 times that amount. And so we have to stimulate other people to say, hey, we'll take care of our little part of the world here, and you got to take and do some other things to make us a resort town with casinos, entertainment, and that's what we're doing with the item tomorrow. You might want to check with the RFP at some point, and we'll get in front of council hopefully within the next week, and council will see what our views are and how we can generate a lot more taxes and employ a lot more people.
Sounds good.
That's what's fun. That's fun for us after 52 years of working hard.
There you go. And before I say goodbye, did your yacht pull into the Atlantic City Marina yet?
Now, you guys do this all the time. You try to get in our personal lives. If I get a day off or get an hour off, I'm not going to have you tell where my yachts are or not. Those are control centers for us. We have 2 of them. There are control centers. We move in and do this all the time. And the people that are trained, even the crew members and the captains and everybody else, they're trained in bringing helicopters in from Manhattan and things of that nature for bringing public the air shows. We're going to put in the high balloons, the large balloons we have for our festivals and stuff. These guys are multi-trained. They're not there just to take care of Glenn, because Glenn works at least 14 hours a day, so I don't have any time to spend on their control centers for us. They might look pretty, but we manufacture these things at Broward Yachts, which is the largest aluminum manufacturer in the United States.
I'm very familiar with Broward. Very familiar with Broward Yachts. I've spent a lot of time down in your neck of the woods. Glenn, once again, thank you so much. Really appreciate the time, and we'll talk again soon.
No problem. Bye.
Bye.